Hi, it's Becky, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video hasn't got much structure to it, but it is something that I think is really important to talk about. So I want to talk about trusting yourself. I mean, you can probably tell by the title, I'm sure I've put it in there somewhere. The other day I kind of realised I hadn't been trusting myself very much, and it's something that I was then quite conscious of, and I was kind of then thinking of all these examples where I wasn't trusting myself recently. It's ranging from smaller things, like I was on a walk, right, and I knew that the way I wanted to go was at the end of the road and then turn left, but part of me was like, is it? And then I turned left, and I turned left too early and went down a dead end because I didn't trust myself that I knew the way. Which I know is really stupid, and that's not like a massive deal, I just went the wrong way and had to turn around. But I knew I was going the wrong way, and I wasn't trusting my first instinct of that it was at the end of the road. We all kind of do those sort of things. Maybe it's a red flag at the start of a relationship and you don't trust that you've seen that red flag, and then that ends up being the reason that you break up in the end. Or I don't know, you go to a job and you think that it's a bad deal, but you still go, and then you realise, yeah, it's a crap place to work. I don't know, there's things that you just do and you don't trust your initial instinct. And for me, and I'm sure for many other people, trust is a very fundamental part of love. So if I'm not trusting myself, I can't be truly loving myself. And that's really important, to truly love yourself. And yeah, I think I just fell off the wagon a little bit with the actual trust element of that. It's hard for me to pinpoint as well exactly where I kind of fell off of that wagon, but I definitely have fallen off, had fallen off. I've not fallen off anymore, we're back on the wagon. What I thought I would do is talk to you about the ways that I've now re-trusted myself. To first kind of realise, am I trusting myself? Do I trust myself? Just think about it. Do you stick with the decisions you make? Do you ask other people for approval? Do you feel confident in your choices? Do you compare your choices to other people's choices? Do you second guess yourself a lot? Do you think a bad situation is your fault? Do you feel like you need to prove things? Do you struggle to kind of find your voice? You know, those kind of things are probably signs that you maybe aren't trusting yourself enough. The first thing is acknowledging that and going, right, okay, what can I do to change this? Because you 100% can change it. You know, trust is built. And I would say the trust with yourself is one of the very few trusts that can be built back up once it's broken. I'm gonna share with you the ways that I've improved my trust in myself, and I'm gonna share some more personal experiences. I'm not gonna go like right into the personal experiences, but I think it's important for us to kind of connect, that you know where I'm coming from, and hopefully you'll be able to relate to some of it. My first point is to stop looking for reassurance in others. This can be from anything. I was trying to choose between two pictures on Instagram. I know this is a very vain thing to be choosing from, but I was trying to choose from two different pictures on Instagram, and I already knew which one I liked. I already knew which one, but I still sent them to my friend and said, which one? I already knew the answer. Why did I not trust myself? Why did I need someone else to say that one's the better one? We do that so much with like outfits or what you're going to eat at a restaurant. We actually already know what we want, but we just look for the reassurance from someone else. It's when you say to someone, oh, help me choose, and then they go, oh, this one. You go, oh, that was the wrong answer. Well, if it's the wrong answer, don't ask them. If you want someone's opinion, that's different. But if you're just looking for reassurance that you're making the right choice, don't do that. Just trust that you're making the right choice. If you've already chosen, you've made the choice, stick with it, trust yourself. That leads me on to my next point, which is stick with your decisions. So you might have chosen something and you're feeling really strong in your decision, you haven't sought any reassurance from anyone else, you've made that decision and that's cool, you're fine with it. But that decision isn't for a while away. So you start thinking about it again, or maybe even though you haven't asked for someone's opinion, someone's given you their opinion, and then you start doubting yourself and you think, oh, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing that thing. An example that I always think is appropriate for everyone, because I'm sure we have all done this, is you break up with someone. There are concrete reasons as to why you have broken up with that person. You are feeling really strong in your decision for you and that person not to continue in a relationship again. A month later, they text me, my mum says give them another chance, my friends say give them a chance. I know, and I've decided before, no, they shouldn't have another chance, no, I'm done. And then I give them another chance, and then it's still up. And I'm not saying that's going to be the same for every single relationship. Obviously, sometimes people do break up, they get back together, it works. With your decisions, hold your ground. Unless there is new things that can make you make a new decision. Every time we make a decision, we're weighing up pros and cons. You know, we're looking at the facts or the emotions or something. We're making a decision based on the information we have. Unless there's new information, don't change your decision, because you've already made that decision based on that information. So if no new information's coming in, your decision shouldn't be changing. It's also about keeping the promises to yourself. Keeping your promises to yourself, simple as that. If you've told yourself you can do something, have something, say something, eat something, do it. You've promised yourself that, so let yourself do it. Since I kind of realised I was lacking self-trust, I've been writing out goals. And I have goals each day, each week, and each month. And for each goal, I then have a reward. So if I make that goal, if I achieve that goal, I get that reward. I don't then go, but you didn't do that goal that way, so you're not allowed to have it, or, oh yeah, you've done that goal, but actually that reward's really expensive, you can't have that now. No, if I do the goal, I get the reward because I've promised myself that, so I get it. It doesn't even have to be like a goal and reward situation, those kind of promises. It can be as simple as you know you're getting tired, and you kind of internally say, I'll have a break soon, or I'll have a rest soon, or tomorrow I won't do anything because I'm wiped out. And then tomorrow comes and you go out, you do loads of stuff, and you don't have that rest. You've lied to yourself, you've not kept your promise, so you're not going to trust yourself. One of probably the most important ones is to avoid people who don't trust you. I don't mean people that think you're a liar. I mean people that don't trust in your ability, that don't trust in you as a person, that when you say, I'm going to lose £10, they go, yeah, all right then. Those people, no, they can go away. You don't need that sort of person around you. And if they are putting that negative energy on you, if they're going, all right, yeah, sure. You're saying, I'm going to make a success of myself. They go, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Really? I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. Oh, okay. They're just not the people that you need to surround yourself with, because there's this thing, and it says, it's something like you are a mix of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you're spending every day with 5 people that don't trust you, you're not going to trust you either. The other thing I've been doing, which I've found really helpful, is to spend more time with myself. You know, any relationship, if you want to build trust, you have to spend time with the person, you have to get to know the person, and it's kind of re-getting to know yourself to be able to re-trust yourself. It's to really make sure outside influences aren't impacting who you are. Take a bit of a social media break, stop watching TV as much, take some time to journal, go on a walk, listen to a podcast, listen to a meditation. It will just help you to know yourself better, and when you know yourself better, you will be able to trust yourself better. Again, something that I've started doing is journaling. I find it really helpful, and I've really underestimated how much it would help. I always kind of thought journaling, God, that's like Dear Diary, and sort of was a bit muggy about the situation, to be perfectly honest, but it isn't like that at all. When I'm having all these different thoughts, I just sit down and journal, and that's spending time with myself. It's kind of having a conversation with myself, but it's giving it more impact than it just happening in my head. For me, it's just allowed me to get to the bottom of things much quicker than if I was to be speaking about it in my head. If I'm writing it down, I just get to the root of the problem quicker. I feel like I know myself better from it, and I'm spending the time on myself. And the last thing, and probably the most important, actually no, it's definitely the most important, is to be kind to yourself. When you start acknowledging that maybe you haven't been trusting yourself, and you start working through this, it can be really easy to then be really negative at yourself, like, well, you know, why did you do that? Why did you text that boy back? Why did you not walk down the right road? Why did you go back on that decision? All of those negative things. You know, treat yourself with a bit more kindness. And I've said it before, if you just add "but that's okay" to the end of something, it just takes the edge off. It's just a more loving way to kind of give yourself some constructive criticism. So if you're like, I really messed up with that decision, but that's okay. And see those things as a learn as opposed to something really negative. The things that were happening that were making me realise I didn't trust myself, they needed to happen for me to then build that relationship back up. By not trusting myself, it's made it really, really clear that I need to trust myself. So if I had always trusted myself, maybe I wouldn't know to trust myself, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, that's very rambly, but I hope that makes sense. It's all right to have done these things, but it's just important to acknowledge it and to improve it for yourself, if you want to. If you don't want to, I don't know how you've got to the end of this video. Anyway, so I'm sure this video has probably been a bit rambly, a bit all over the place, but it was just something that I felt was really important, and it was something that I've been working on, and I wanted to share it with you. And hopefully if anyone else kind of feels the same, you might feel a bit better now, you might feel a bit worse, and I'm sorry if you do feel worse, but yeah, it's just things that I think are important. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you do enjoy this kind of video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!